Hello, everyone. This is the Canon R5II. I have the um, battery with the network fan, the battery extender, I should say, connected to it. I got it on monitor and LCD for the HDMI connection for Ecamm Live Pro. So I don't know if you can hear the fan. I can hear it, but it's on high. Okay. Uh, I am testing to see how long the battery lasts on this camera. Um, some people have mentioned to me that, yeah, if you do the USB-C, it won't last long. Well, that depends if it's on a power bank. I've had no problem using this in the car or even here without the battery extender. Um, it could stay on for hours. You just have to worry about the overheating. And I tried this once before with the dummy battery, but that was before it was shipped on the November of last year. That was the last piece is the power adapter, the brick. So I had the dummy battery part, first part, and I had the batteries, extra batteries. It was just waiting for the USB-C adapter for this. Everything is working good. It's looking great. Um, I am going to put it on live demo mode just to show you what I'm looking at. So here I am with the monitor. Here's the Canon R5II. I'm using a MacBook Pro microphone. Um, I got a hub right here, which is Lionwee. I don't know if it's Lionwee or Leonwee, but I call it Lionwee, okay? Um, Has a lot of things. The camera's looking good. It's working out of the hub. This gives me two extra USBs, um, C ports, Thunderbolt 4, I believe. And then I got two HDMIs. I got a display port at the end. I got a microphone input. Also, I got two USB 3s, which one is being used in a USB 3 2, I think. So anyway, and two regular USB 2s. Everything on one hub. Okay. Plus, I have, I don't think this has an SD card. No. So this has an SD card slot on the laptop, and then I have another USB-C if I want to connect something to it. I've With this laptop, I've connected quite a few cameras, okay, in other videos. This is just a test to see if there's any, if the battery gets short or if it overheats. And I hear the air conditioning come on. I don't know if you can hear it. I do have echo cancellation on. So everything is looking good. Um, I can show you something like on the FaceTime. This is what this camera is competing with. Okay, so this is Apple colors at 1080p. I should look at this one. And then this is the R5II. Okay, so yeah, I thought these were soft whites. They're more like a yellow tint. I'm not bringing out the my U60's lamps, for a better white balance. This is just a test to see if this camera can do it for about 30 minutes or so. And I'm looking, I'll just have to look on here for the time. So I've been recording for about 5 minutes. The camera has been set up for another 4 minutes. So it's been running 9 minutes, okay? Everything looks good. What else can I do? Okay. So let me show you a little bit about Ecamm Live. You know, since we're waiting to see if this camera will die. So you see your opening scene, your closing scene, your share scene. If I go to a share scene, I have to get out of live demo mode. But what I'm going to do first is on the closing scene, I'm going to add another scene to it, okay? And what I'll do is I'll put this right here, which is, and then I want to work on a current application. So it should be on the second one. But what I'm also going to do is put this right here. And the way you do it, so I think you do that, it's on wide, or I might make it round. Let's make it round, okay? And the camera I'm going to choose, if it'll let me, be this one. And there you go. So I showed you how I can install my camera onto a scene, all right? There I am. I'm in a circle. I'm going to leave the box like over here. So when I look over here, now I'm going to have to move this over here. Right by the finish, okay? And hopefully this works, because when I look at it, I'm looking toward that, all right? So let's go to, I'm going to go over here. Let's go to, and the problem with this, current application, you go to Google Chrome. That's the only thing I hate with the new version of Ecamm Live, but it is working a little bit better. And then you go here, go to full screen, entire screen, and there you go. Now, the black part above this, it's being shot in 4K. So this is the 3440 by 1440. Okay, is what you're seeing. So it's a black bar. If I put my picture above it, I don't know if you can see me. Okay. That's, I usually put it either on the bottom left or bottom right. If I go like this, then I have to go something like that to look down. It seems kind of odd. So let's just try it this way. I know it's working. I'll put it like that. Hopefully I'm in the picture. And let's go to my YouTube. You can see all the videos I've done. Last few that I've done. Free playlists or whatever. You can do it the shorts. You can look at, I've done quite a few shorts, but not that many. I'm going to have to increase them. Live, only had like 3 live. This isn't live. This is just showing you. I'll put it up a video. Usually if you do it live, it's automatic, but when I stop it, but then you can't write any comments. So I may do a live stream just with this camera. There's some steps involved, but this is just kind of like the preview before if I go live. And looks like everything is working good. I'm at the lower right. I go to my premium, and that avoids all the commercials and stuff. Let's look at something. Full screen, it's looking good. I'm you can't see it, but the edges, that's what I'm seeing. So I see everything to the left. It doesn't make it all the way to the right. And I think it's used to a 2560 by 1440. And I can do that, with this monitor, and it might show the whole screen. So shall we try it? Now, let's go back to here to the camera. Okay. And what I'm going to do is go into settings, system settings. I'm going to go to displays. I'm going to go to here, and I was hoping to put it in 2560 by 1440. It won't let me. Okay. I mean, oh, this is the built-in, sorry. No, that's right. That's the extended display. So it's not going to let me. Okay. So if I go to the display, I got it on the widest part, but anyway, yeah, it was the thought. It's not working. So let's go back to new scene, back over here. Let's look at something interesting. And this is just test to see if the camera gets overheating, and I'll let you notify on that. I'm looking at the battery, and it has nothing to do with the battery. Okay, so I would have to go into the settings to look at the battery. And it may not show the battery. But anyway, just to make things interesting, let's look at the battery information. See if the menu, you can see the menu and stuff like that. And yes, you can. I'll be darned. Okay, so I'm now going to go back to Canon R5II so I can read the menu. So the LCD menu is blank unless I bring the LCD lens back around, I believe, and then I'll start showing it, maybe. Nope, doesn't do it. Okay, so I have to go here to see if this works. Yep, okay. I think I have to go here. One more, 2, 3. See, cooling fan settings, high, okay? And power saving, okay, I have everything disabled, okay? So let's go one more. Yeah, back here. Okay, so that one. I'm looking for, let's go this way, the battery info. And you see it's fully charged. Menu. Oh, wrong one. Menu. And I'm back here. So you see, I see no loss of battery. The only thing I've noticed when I was car vlogging also, it was just the power bank that lost the charge. I had no problems with the battery. You can't use the older full frame batteries. You got to get the new one. Okay. So just to explain everything, I got a dummy battery where it's supposed to go, and then I got the camera battery into the extra well. You got to have both batteries in to with the camera extender, you know, the battery grip, in order to get the fan working. Okay, and it's recording. So I'm going to show you a couple of videos, and I'm going to go out to live demo mode so you can see it full screen. So you have to click on my main menu, options, live demo. And what you're not seeing is I'm going to go to a video and play the first one, and it explains how I install the battery in this camera. Okay, file, desktop, first one. Here it comes, folks. Okay, a question was brought up to me. Since there was a delay of getting the, with the Canon R5II launch, I did get the dummy battery, okay, but that was it. I needed the power adapter, and I finally got me this thing with a USB-C cable to an Anchor power bank, which worked fine, okay? With the power bank and stuff, the camera did all right. But this test is I got the grip that has the network capable and the fan, okay? Network capable and the fan. And I'm gonna put the dummy battery, and I'll show you this, right here. I'll go here, turn on the light. Show you this grip. This is the Coolant Fan CF R20EP, okay? Now, as a fan, a LAN, and a charge. Take off all the brackets. So you take the battery out of the battery well of the camera. This goes in. There's a little kind of like a USB-C plug that plugs into the battery well. And in order to get the batteries, so the dummy battery would go in here on if you're looking at the back part, this is where it would go, and then I would put in a camera battery in there also. Make sure they're the P6s, okay? The newer ones. Close it up. Then I'll mount it on my tripod back here. In fact, I'll do that right now. Make it easy for everybody. So I got a Joby tripod. And what I'm going to do is I'll use Ecamm Live, so it's on there. All right. But first I'm going to put in the 2 batteries. So here's the camera, okay? Now, you have to remove the door also, I believe. Okay? There's a little switch on here. And the battery door is removed, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing in and lock it down. And I think, yeah. So there's the extra grip. And I'm locking it down. All right. I'm going to put in 1 battery. And that's the main one. This is the LP E6P. Okay, the 6P is what I call it. That goes in here. Now the dummy battery. And hopefully you'll see me put the dummy battery in. Let me get my face in there. Hopefully it'll face track. All right. So, where was I? Camera, dummy battery. And this goes out through this door. I don't know if this is going to work. This is the first time I've tried it. I think I tried it once before and it didn't work because the battery door didn't close or something. I will say one thing. I already put in the camera battery into the other chamber, okay? So I have 2 batteries in the extender. The dummy battery is the one that you just saw me put in. I saw the red light, so it is working, okay? And I'm going to do this, put it in, lock it down, move the cap. By the way, I'm using the Canon, let me move this back here. This might be better. A little bit farther away. I'm using the EF 40 millimeter. So I have the EF to RF adapter with the 40 millimeter. I am going to turn it on, and it's on video. It's working. And the fan is working. So I've never tried this before. I tried with just a dummy battery and nothing happened, but I didn't put in a battery into the camera. So this is good news, where to keep the camera cool, you can put in the camera battery here, you put in the grip, you got the fan going, you can connect it to a network, so everything is working. Last but not least, I got to go into the menu before I plugged in the HDMI cable to see for live streaming or even use an eCam to see if it'll stay charged. It should stay charged because it's a dummy battery, 100%. So we're going to test that out. I have to go into the menu. I go into, where is it? Yeah, HDMI display, which is 1010. And you go to playback or menus are displayed only on screens or devices connected via HDMI. Okay, that's done. I'm going to turn off the camera because I don't like to plug anything in when it's on. We're going to see if it works. I believe this is a full HDMI connection. Yep. I think it goes like that. Yeah. I'm going to put the screen like that so you can take a look at it. In fact, before I do that, I'm going to turn it on. It's working. And okay, now I got to bring it down a little bit. Yeah, this is it. Right there. But as you can see, it is working. So you got the monitor, laptop, and it's working. So, this is the end of this video. Next time you'll see me, I'll be on Ecamm with this camera and with the battery grip. And we're going to listen to see if we can hear any noise. So stay tuned. Bye. So, do you hear the noise of the fan? I can hear it, okay? But I got echo cancellation on the Ecamm. Everything looks good. Let's take a look to see if there's any power loss. Since this has been running for about 27 minutes, you had another 4 minutes before I started Ecamm when you saw the video where I turned it on and stuff. So it's been on for about 31 minutes. That should give me a time to see if the battery does have a little leakage. On Sony, it happens that way also, where if you leave it on for a while, the battery starts dissipating, even on a dummy battery. But the neat trick with that is you can turn off the camera, wait 1 minute, turn it back on, you're at 100% again. So anyway, let's look at the menu one more time. Battery information. Look at that, still 100%. Oh, I did not update to 1.03. There were a lot of people complaining that the autofocus got worse with the 1.03 firmware version, so I left it at 1.02. I'm doing okay. I've learned some tricks where, you know, like pinpoint or refocus. It still has some problems behind branches and stuff. And of course, with the white contrast and anything that's shiny, you know, like besides the light, like water reflection and stuff like that. But I'm just holding back to see if Canon comes with a fix, or they'll explain what you have to do before I update the firmware. But it's working good for me. It's been doing well. I can go back to my new scene. Let's scroll around. So you see, everything looks good. The other thing I'm going to show you, it's a side note, system settings. I'm going to move this over here to, well, no, I'm going to leave it right here. I'm just going to go to a different scene. to the camera. Nah, I'm just going to go to options like demo. Okay. Now I'll go to system settings. And I don't know if you can see this. Okay. So I'm going to go to my Canon R5II. And now you should see it. You might have seen it before, but I have no way of telling. Okay. So I'll go here. I'll go to my settings again. Look at that refresh rate, 240 hertz. And this is just using a Best Buy adapter from USB-C or Thunderbolt, whatever it is, to DisplayPort. And I'm getting 240 hertz on this widescreen monitor. So I was having problems with the PC with the 4070 Super. It all started going bad once with the NVIDIA update, and the next was with the Windows update. The screen was shutting down every 5 minutes. I looked at the power settings and stuff. It only went to, I think it stayed at 240 hertz, but it was just shutting off. So I unplugged this monitor right here, and I'll take it back here. This monitor here, let me go that way, okay? And I've had no problems with being installed on this computer, okay? It only turns off when the laptop starts going to sleep. That's it. With the PC, I was having troubles. With the other PC, the 670E motherboard from Asus, I've had no problem. I did update the firmware on that motherboard. It didn't solve it. So I put an old 4K LG HDR monitor on there. It's an IPS, and haven't had problems with it since. So what I think it is when you get a monitor like this, the 240 hertz may be too much for the computer. And I think the problem was it wasn't the video card. I think it was the power supply. It's an 850 watt. Once I moved to a 60 hertz monitor, I had no problems. This is a 240 hertz. I got a 40 or 4K 240 hertz in the bedroom, but it's an Asus. This is an LG, okay? And anyway, um, I like the Asus. It's a little bit more glossy. This is more of a matte protection, but still, it's bright, okay? Plus, it's bigger than the 27 inches. And anyway, that story over. Everything looks good. And Briston is looking forward to that, I believe. Or something to that. But it's a Hasselblad. He's not going for the Fuji GFX 100 RF. He's going for the more expensive one, which is a great color science. Well, I like the color. All right, better on that. But anyway, Just scrolling here, just trying to kill time. And all I can say is, got a lot of content. Everything is working good. I don't see any overheating on the camera. And guess this, I didn't notice, but there's a time limit on the camera, and it's in yellow. And the battery came up, it's fully charged. But it's given me 6 hours. So I'm not recording anything. I don't know if it's 6 hours for recording on the SD card. I got a CF Express and Type B, and then also a SD card. I think they're 512 gigabyte each. So I don't know if that's for the recording time or that's how long this camera can stay operational. I'm looking at the battery right now on the LCD screen, and of course I got a clean HDMI out. You can't see it. If I go back to the main camera, I get my mouse over here. Yeah, you can't see it. Okay. Uh, this is a great camera. So I see no overheat warning. It's been long enough to see it's at 4K 30 though. Okay. If I had it at higher resolutions, then it's like a 4K 60 in the older cameras. It'll start overheating about after 20 minutes or so. Okay. But this one has the fan. I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. And this recording has been going on for 37 minutes. An extra 4 minutes with the camera being on before I started. Well, actually, I did a video clip. So add that video clip to this, and it's been on much longer. So I'll give it like an extra 10 minutes, okay? Camera's been on for 47. I'm trying to go for 60 minutes. And if I see no battery depletion, we'll go back to battery info and stuff like that. If I see no battery depletion, then it's fine. And the test is done, unless you want me to leave it on for 6 hours, but then I have things to do. I got more videos to make. I'm been testing out the Nikon D500. It's the DSLR. I have the kit lens and the 35 millimeter DX lens. I've taken some pictures at night. I'll take more pictures in the daytime. But I also have it compared to the Z52 with its kit lens, 16 to 50, whereas that kit lens is 18 to 50. And also I have the Viltrox 33 millimeter. It's a DX, but it's not a 35 millimeter like on the D500 that I'm going to use. But it should be pretty well compared. The only difference I can see is that the SD card is in the let me take a look real quick. So now I have to. So folks, if you're wondering what this video is about, it's about to see if this Canon R5II overheats, and if I have any battery drain that I could see on the battery info information I'm looking at. I don't see any. So if you notice, D500 takes the full frame even the latest version of the batteries, you know, the C or D. And the Z52 has a newer battery, but it's still the APS-C size. This will work in the old ZFC and Z50, okay? Uh, but I got the Z52. I'll open it up. Just to show you how I got everything all packed with the 2 cameras and 2 extra lenses. So I got the battery charger. Here's the Viltrox 33 millimeter. Okay. I'm comparing the Z52 because it's the newer one with the D500. Okay. If I take, yeah. So the SD card is still in the battery well. Okay. In the Z52. It has a smaller battery, even if it's a newer one, which gives out more voltage. Um, it still doesn't last as long. Okay, as a full frame. So I got 2 extra batteries here. I got the for each camera 2 extra batteries. I got a feeling that I'll run out or of the Z52 batteries before I even get to 2 on the full frame batteries, fully discharged. That's the difference. That's where I think Nikon needs to step up the game, build a bigger camera. It can be crop mode, but put in the full frame battery, and then you got a winner. Hopefully, the next camera that they come out, if it's an APS-C, they'll do that. If enough people complain about it. But it all depends on people buying the products and see if it's well worth it. But that's my take on it. And I'm still trying to kill time. No, it's not a live stream. I could do a live stream and answer comments and stuff. But I got other things to do. I'm just, if I go back here to options, take off live demo mode. Now I'm on full screen. I've been recording for 43 minutes. If we take another 10 minutes, it's 53 minutes. I'm going to keep the recording at 60 minutes. So it'll be like 70, 75 minutes. We'll take one last look at the camera battery then, and then we'll see, hey, get the new dummy battery with the, they have 3 grips, all right? I got the grip with the network and the fan. I can hear a hiss. I bet if you record, you can hear it. Um, if you record internally, I bet you can't hear it through Ecamm Live. So for a setup camera, this is great. Also, there were problems with the LCD screen on the Canons going off after a certain time. This hasn't done it for a while, but this is a different camera and has different batteries. So maybe the LCD is changed on that. But I noticed that on the R8, R6II, R10, R50, when I had those cameras, well, when I had the R50 and R10, and even on, I don't have those cameras, but then even on the R6II and the R6, the LCD screen will go blank after a while if you're doing something like I'm doing right now. So you just hit the shutter screen or shutter release button, and then the screen will come back on. But I didn't have to do it once. I did go into the menu though to check some things. So I don't know. Let's go back to my new scene, which I'll call kind of like a PIP share. And anyway, yeah, it's not $80,000, but he's given a point. I could buy me, if I wanted to, the RTX 5090, but why pay $3,000 for it? Okay. Um, I got a 4070 Super. I got a RTX 4090, the 7800 3XD or 3DX or X3D, whatever. Um, Still's working fine. If you get over 100 FPS, you're doing good. I'm getting faster on my 60 hertz 4K monitor, and on the 240 hertz, it's fast. So I have no problem with that either. Um, I did test it out with this monitor. I've had no problems with the RTX 4090. I did have problems with the 4070 Super. Okay. And this is supposed to be a smaller screen than the um, 4K. All right. But I just couldn't handle it at 240 hertz. So if I had a better power supply, then that monitor might be back in and you wouldn't see this setup. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that past couple of days, you can have mobile setups. I can move this out into the shed and work great. And I have power out in the shed and an air conditioner. But you can have um, set this up like in the bedroom, the living room. Uh, you don't need an external monitor. In fact, you don't need a camera. You can just use the webcam on this, and everything will work. So I'm still scrolling down. There's OLED versus IPS. Um, the colors look great on the laptop and on the monitor, and they kind of match. If I'm looking at it, they do kind of match. So you see, still scrolling, still trying to see if it lasts for 60 minutes. And there you go. If I go to my mirrorless, or if I go into the news, uh, San Francisco Giants. Huh. I've been following the Cubs myself. So let's see, podcasts. I like watching Lex. And Let's see. Previous news hour. Let's see. Yeah, it's just some repeats that I saw on the main screen. Computer monitors. Okay. So I have the Asus, but I have the smaller neck instead of the tripod. And let's see. These are 4 years ago. OLED versus IPS. You saw that earlier. I'm trying to show you. In fact, I can go to mine. Let's see. Go here to my channel. So I installed a PC game I haven't played in years. The second version, I couldn't install it. It wouldn't work. I got frustrated, so I went to Steam and I downloaded all four. And I got it on my 4090. Uh, it brought back good memories. It's an adventure game, Siberia, but I played the first two. So I'm going to start again with the first two, and then I'll do the third one and fourth one. And then by then they should have the first version remastered for better graphics. So anyway, uh, here you probably can't see it, but let me show you the monitor I have got. I think it was with a gaming. Let's see. Yeah, that's different. So let me go back over here. Go to 50. And I'm trying to show you my new monitor. Um, oh, shoot, let's just do QD OLED. Show all. Okay. We only have 12. There it is. Oh, that's part 4. No. This one right here. Okay. So if I go to this one, let's go to the setup. Okay. Oh, turn off the screen, but that's it right there. All right. I got Bluetooth speakers, the edifiers. I got what you don't see is the M1 Max Mac 2 right next to this speaker on the right. I am going to make it full screen. So you see, what you really can't see is I'm in on the right, but there's a space right here, and the other space is all the way up to here. Okay. And then you get this big spot right here. But I got the smaller neck, the 27-inch, and that's, by the way, a trackpad with dust. Okay. But this is QD OLED, 240 hertz. Um, I think this is before I moved the computer in. All right. And I put in the gaming computer. I'm looking to the right. Yeah. So I don't have that in yet. And if you notice for 11 minutes and 9 seconds, I show the monitor, I show some things off. This is an Asus, and you can see the ROG LED right down there. And there's no lighting on the back, but this is a Mac monitor. I mean, a Mac computer, which now it can see in the corner with the little green light, but that's what's running this. So I'm going to go to the end of this. Try and get to the end of it. All right. I'm showing the screens on the settings that I have for it. So this is a QD OLED also. Okay. And if I go here, back to my premium, close that, go back to my channel, and go back to the content, go back to, what is it? QD OLED. Show all. See, I have an S95B also, which was 120 hertz, but that's a TV. The Samsungs are good. Oh, is this a Samsung? I thought it was an LG. Wait a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I found an error. And let me make sure. I'm going to go up here to System Settings, go to Displays, LG Ultra Gear. I'll be darned. So I found a mistake that I did. That's S95B C80. Yeah. I'll be darned. I'm wondering if I had that monitor. I have so many things. So let's see, 32-inch QD OLED monitor, TV unboxing. That's interesting. Well, let's go to it. And I'll put it on full screen to the right. And I'm going to move myself because you can see my badge over here too. Okay. I'll move a little bit closer. And what I'm going to do is this. I should have done this. Okay. Now that looks probably a little bit sharper. And now you can see the whole monitor, just about, okay? And it's almost straight. So why am I showing you this? Well, I'm going to show you the settings that I have to get the picture perfect graphics. So for an example, if I go into Chrome, and let's say I want to go to YouTube, all right? So you can see everything, all right? I'm going to try to get a soccer game just to show you the colors And let's see, I'll just go to, okay, I do have that monitor. I moved that out into the office, and it's a 32-inch, and I think it's curved. Let me bring my, okay, I took a picture of it. Yeah, I moved it into the office. I forgot I had it. You got so many computers that you're moving around that you forget what you have. So let me put it at full screen. And I'm trying to get it focused. There we go. Okay. In fact, I can do this live. And the screen just went dark. Okay, the LCD screen. But you see, I'm still being recorded. It still says 6 hours. The battery's still full. And I've been recording for over an hour. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I took the picture. Go here, put in my SD card slot. I am wow, okay. I am going to go to the share. I am now going to close that. Exit full screen. I am now going to put my mouse there, here, here, take picture, and move it to the Ultragrader Plus. I am going to make it full screen. I messed up. Sorry, guys. Okay, this one. Okay. Yeah, that's also a 4K 240 hertz. So I got two 4K 240 hertz, but this has a matte finish. It's not as glossy as the Asus one that I was showing you. And but they're both QD OLED. This monitor that you're viewing the picture on is a QD OLED also. So there's the picture. It's a 32-inch. It's a good monitor. So I have two 4K monitors on that system. On my M4 Pro Mac Mini, I have two 5K monitors. And I am thinking of getting another monitor for my Studio 32, which is the 27-inch QD OLED that I have on there. It's a 240 hertz also by Asus. And I haven't decided if it's going to be a 4K or 1080p. You know, I don't want something too big. I want small and portable. So I've been thinking of getting that. Yeah, you have all these wants, and do you usually really need them? So anyway, close this, close that, bring this back on, close that, make this full screen. And you see I'm now in there by beautiful. And you see it makes it smaller, it moves it to the left. So that's interesting. I don't know if this is the final product, but as you can see, and I'm going to go to the end right here, right where I look the best. Thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day. I look pretty good with that, with the different hairstyle, don't I? So anyhow, like that, premium. The test is over. It's been over an hour. I'm going to close Chrome. I am now going back to the R5II. I am now going back to the menu. We're going to look at the battery information. And as you can see, okay, I got the LP E6P battery and the DR EP6, which is the dummy battery, okay? And when I look at the menu, the LCD screen is off, okay? So you're talking about depletion of battery. The LP E6P battery is depleting at 68%, okay, after an hour. With the dummy battery, it's full. So when I just use the camera battery, okay, I do get overheating warnings, and then I just shut the camera off for about 5 minutes, and it's good to go. But with the extra fan, and this is without the dummy battery, but 2 batteries in there, like you see, when you plug it in with the USB-C, it does dissipate. But if you have the dummy battery in there, no problem. Okay. This is the first time I tried it with this battery extender. And I'm learning something new where, yes, the regular battery is at 68%, but the dummy battery is working. I've worked it before where I just had the dummy battery in and it wouldn't turn on. Okay, you have to have 2 batteries in there to get the fan working. So this explains a lot to me that a regular battery will still deplete even if you have it USB-C charged. And yeah. Okay. So enough of that. I'm done. Okay. So this has been recording for over 1 hour and 8 minutes. I'll go 2 hours. Okay. Or no, I'm sorry. The camera will be on. I'll wait for another 2 minutes. Camera was on for 1 hour, 20 minutes before I end this broadcast. So anyway, what this tells me is basically, I'm trying to check this. It may, yeah, it worked. There's some flaws. I use a dummy battery also with this, with USB-C on that R6 Mark II and on the R8. No problems, okay? That's with the power bank and with the old batteries. With the newer batteries, it's a different story. It needs more power or voltage to run this camera. The fan hasn't stopped. So the camera battery is at 68, 67%. The dummy battery is fully charged. I don't want to test to see if I can drain the other battery out all the way and then to see if the camera still works. I don't want to do anything like that, but just think of it as the 2 tests that are performed. Yes, USB-C will not keep the camera battery charged fully. but there's a workaround. There is a dummy battery. And with the R5II overheating, I decided to use the battery extender with the network capable also, and the fan built in, and everything works fine. On the camera itself, I was thinking of attaching the gadget to the bottom of it because there's vents in the camera to see if that would keep it cool without the battery extender. That's another video I can do, okay? But I've talked long enough, took enough of your time. I'm a little long-winded. Some people get tired because, look, just get to the point. I want the answers and stuff. I'm not like that. I show you what things I do to work it out, to figure out what's going on. And yes, it's boring, but at least I can show you some things that might help someone. I need to start doing the time code where you can skip to the information, which should help. And I should start doing that also. But this is not a money thing. This is just about me sharing my experiences with different cameras, boys with their toys, monitors, computers, stuff like that. Um, so it's not a professional type. I'm just a guy that if I see something interesting, I will buy it. And then if I like it, I'll share it. And if it's really bad, then I'll say something about it. But no companies have given me anything. I did get a couple of comments like from Minolta, um, on some other products, but I wasn't paid by them. I was just showing them. What I do is I find a camera or something, and some things won't work, but then you'll find workarounds with it, and you make it work. But basically, thank you for watching. Test is over. I've learned a couple of things, and I hope this guy that inspired me, and I'll send him a message. Um, hey, he was right, and I was right. Okay. Uh, I've noticed on the Canon battery when I used a power bank, battery didn't go down. It was just the power bank that went down. And then once the power bank was completely out of charge, then the the camera battery would go down. All right. This is the first time with the battery extender, with the dummy battery and the camera battery, the newer version. And fan has been working. There's no overheating, and it's an hour. And I am not writing internally. This is all done externally. Okay. Um, I don't see the point of writing internally for heating purposes and stuff. I'm more into seeing how long a camera can last. Of course, this is like 84 degrees in here. Okay. Fahrenheit. Um, it's a lot better than 37 to 40 degrees Celsius, but and I know you like it a lot cooler, folks, but it gives a pretty good test of to see if the camera overheats. And if you leave it at 68 or in the mid 70s or low 70s, I don't consider that a real test. I consider it, like on the outside, it's almost summertime, it's hot, it's 100 degrees, more in tune to that. Uh, I I can talk about things. I can go on. I'm sorry. Um, I've done a lot of videos, and if one video doesn't work, look at a later video with an update to that video. And hopefully that should help you out. When the R5II launched, I had the dummy battery, the top part, and I had one of the brand new batteries. So then I got in the mail the USB-C adapter to a power bank to the dummy battery, which was USB-C. And then in later that year, so I think I got this in February or March. Then I got the cable, which was ready, which was 6 weeks later, I think in May. And then I had to wait till November for the power adapter to really try out the dummy battery completely through the outlet. And I've used it in car vlogs. I've used it like in this situation right here. First time with a battery extender, but okay. So it does work. 24 hours, I don't know. And I bet if you put a good weather sealed lens on it and stuff, it might work with a good power bank. I would recommend a power or battery extender to keep it cool, this one, and see what happens. That's what I hope I inspire some people that says, hey, if you try this outside in the heat, in the sun, I'll probably overheat anyway with the fan, okay? So I try to do reasonable stuff, not like at 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius or stuff like that. I try to do it where, 80 to 84 degrees inside the house. Yes, it's warm for a lot of people, but it kind of averages out to see if it's going to overheat. Let me know. As you can see, camera's doing great. So, like I said, bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.